Hey everyone, Karolyne Roberts here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about 3 things that God will do in your life before He blesses you. So if you're interested in watching more, then definitely stay tuned. If you are waiting for your blessing, I want to share 3 things that God might be doing to get you on the other side. So the first thing that I'm going to share today is God will test you before He'll bless you. A lot of times God will test our hearts to make sure that our hearts are prepared for the blessing that He has for us. He did this in the Bible with David. Before David became king, God was looking to see if David was qualified. And do you know what qualified David? David was qualified because of his heart. The Bible says that David was a man after God's own heart. A lot of times, if you have the right thing, but the wrong heart, you can turn a blessing into a curse. So God wants to make sure that you have a right heart for the blessing that He wants to pour out in your life. It says in Samuel chapter 16 verse 7, "But the Lord said to Samuel, 'Do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him.' The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." A lot of times people look at someone on the outward appearance and say, "Oh, this person is blessed. Oh, that person is blessed. This person wears name brand clothes. They have the fanciest outfits. They have a big house. They have a big car. So that must mean that they're blessed." But truly, the person who is blessed is the person who has a heart after God. Material things don't make you blessed. Just because you have a mansion, just because you have tons of cars and titles, that does not make you blessed. But do you have a heart after God? The second thing that God will do before He blesses you is that He'll prepare you for the blessing. He'll train you and teach you so that you will be prepared for what He has called you to do. It says in Proverbs 24 verse 27, "Prepare your work outside. Get everything ready for yourself in the field, and after that, build your house." In the book of Proverbs, you'll find a lot of scriptures about preparation, about wisdom. And God is a God of wisdom. He said if any of us lacks wisdom, to ask Him because He gives it to us freely. And in God's wisdom, He knows not to just give things to people who are unable or unprepared to handle it. If you are in a poverty mindset, then God is not going to give you $1 million because you're going to blow it in a week because of the mindset that you have. You're not prepared for that place that He wants to bring you. And that is why people can get $1 million. They can win the lottery, but then after winning the lottery, they squander it all. Or within a few years, they're back to the same place they started. It's because they weren't prepared to receive the blessing that God wanted to give them. So God is going to prepare you. He's going to teach you and He's going to train you. Before He sends you to any season or any place in life, He wants to make sure that you're prepared. Some of you guys are asking to get to that next season, asking for that next opportunity, asking for that next open door. But are you ready? If God were to bless you tomorrow, if you were to receive the phone call tomorrow, if you were to get the contract tomorrow, would you be ready for that blessing? And the third thing God will do before He blesses you is that He will strip you. He'll strip you of everything. This happened to Job. In the story of Job, he was a rich man. He had cattle, livestock, his children, but he was tested. So it's that testing there. And then he was stripped and humbled to a place of not having anything. Everything was taken from him. His children, his livestock. He was even made sick. He had boils on his body. Even his own health was attacked. So everything was taken from Job, but it brought him to a place of humility. He had a heart after God, but at one point he questioned his life. He said, "Curse the day that I was born." And God said, "Where were you when I laid the foundations of the heavens and the earth?" God reminded him who he was, and he was humbled, and he had the right perspective of who God was. So he said, "Why would I just receive good from God and not receive evil as well?" He was a man of contentment, just like Paul learned to be content in and out of every season. He said, "I've learned to abound and I've learned to not have anything." So we come to this place of humility. We come to this place of stripping, and it builds our humility. It builds our contentment. Then that brings you to a place where God can bless you, because those who are prideful will be brought low, the Bible says. But when you are humbled, you will be exalted. When you are humbled, when you are content, then God knows that you're not going to make your blessings that he gives you an idol, that he's always first and foremost in your life, that he is God and God alone, and that he could trust you with the blessing. He can trust that when he blesses you, you're not going to put your blessings before him. He can trust that when he blesses you, you're not going to forget about him. If you feel like you're going through this season of stripping, then allow God to strip you. Allow God to humble you. Grow content in that, because on the other side of your contentment, on the other side of humility, there's a great blessing awaiting you. So I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, definitely leave it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time on my channel, don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Until next time, bye.